feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome to joining me here. I'm so happy to have you. And for my peers and subscribers, welcome my little astronaut. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the January 6th Commission and the Voting Rights Act and the blow in the Supreme Court. Now, we do have a lot that we're going to talk about today, and this will be time stamped in the description below or in the comment section when you're watching this on replay. So what we're going to be talking about is Liz Cheny's role in the January 6th Commission. I did mention a long time ago that she was going to put on something and she was going to be coming back to bite Trump in the butt. She will be put on another commission. We have here, we're going to be talking about the January 6th Commission and the House of Representatives. We're going to be talking about Donald Trump being called to testify. Marjorie Taylor Greene, will she be on the Republican committee? And Josh Hawley as well. I saw his energy, so he might be very significant. Then, in terms of the voting rights, we're going to be talking about the Supreme Court ruling and the blow to the Voting Rights Act. We're going to be talking about the voting rights, will it get federal protection, and the voting rights fusion. If you have any more questions, please feel free to put them in the live chat now. All right. So again, if you're watching this on replay, that will all be listed in the timestamp in the description below. Hi, Kay. Hi, Malda. Hi, Suckin. Hi, Peggy. What's up, love? Thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate it. All right, so let's jump right in. This is being live streamed on July 7, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, you guys can check the description below. Now, here's some quick disclaimers that you will see on your screen as of right now. All right, let's begin. And at the end of the video, or the middle of the video, we are going to be doing what's inside the chart intuition-wise. And we're going to be giving you guys some angel numbers today. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's see. You're welcome, JLG. What's up, love? Thank you for coming. So Spirit Angel, tell me, what do we need to know about Liz Cheney being on the January 6th committee? What is her role there? What is her role? It makes it bipartisan by the fact that it's going to be half Democrat, half Republican. So Nancy Pelosi nominated Liz Cheney as instead of one of the Democrats. What is Liz Cheney's role in January 6th, Spirit Angel Tommy? What is Liz Cheney's role in January 6th? What do we need to know, Spirit Angel Tommy? What is Liz Cheney's role? All right, Tommy, past, present, future. Past. What do we need to know about her role? Okay. What do we need to know about the present? An additional clarifier. And the future. What will be the outcome because Liz Cheney's on the committee? What do we need to know? The January 6th committee. Okay. Interesting. This is heavy information, very heavy, so she must be very stressed out or something. We have here in the past is her leaving her leadership position. She was kicked off the leadership, and I forgot what committee, but she was, I think, the top number 3 Republican in the House of Representatives. That she left her position because she was removed forcibly by Kevin McCarthy and the Republican because she decided to impeach Trump. We have here in the middle, and this is very insignificant. It talks about the 10 of Pentacles, right? No, this is the 9 of Pentacles. No, this is 10 of Pentacles, and it's reversed. And so what we're talking about here is the present. What is going on with the present? She has to be able to decide because now she is the middle judge. She is going to have there's about, I think, eight total that Nancy Pelosi can pick on the committee. And 5 for the Republicans. But now that one of them is going to be a Republican, it makes it almost even. And so what this really puts here is that she's going to be the one who will judge whether or not, Donald Trump committed a fraud or find out the truth. So she will be one of those people who are going to want to find out the truth. That she's going to be the juggler. She's almost like a jury or a judge in some way or some form. I don't know exactly what that means, but we'll find out. I never watched the 9/11 committee because I was just born. But anyway, we have here in the futures, we have here, there's going to be some stat information that's going to link up, and it's going to put a lot of people behind behind bars, a lot of people in jail, right? There's going to be a lot of links. There's going to be a lot of information that we don't know that's going to be revealed publicly, that she's going to be very upset that it was worse than what we have been told. We have here, she's going to have to make a decision when the time comes to release this information. She will be the one who will be the news bearer. She's going to be the one telling people, the public, the news on what they found. So she will be doing a lot of interviews on different outlets and different news media. We do have here a lot of this information as of now with clearance information that me and you don't know about. So there is something here that they know that we don't. However, if she was to ever decide to run for president, she would get the endorsement of a lot of Democratic candidates, because they believe that if they want a Republican Party, she will be the best candidate for the Republican Party, and they will want her to give her the nomination. They will want to help her go through, even if their candidate doesn't win. And so, if anything, they will try to help her. They're going to give her their endorsement. They're going to try to help her in the races where they can. And because of it, after this committee, her future relies on the fact that she will now become the strength. She will resemble the strength of truth. And this is Donald Trump. Now, a lot of you guys remember in the past, you've been with me for quite a while, you all remember this is Donald Trump and this is the GOP calming his ego. Well, now this is different, because what it tells me, this is Cheny and this is the truth. And this is all those Republicans who say and try to tell people lies and disinformation. She's going to calm them down and say, listen, baby, I'm the leader now. You bow down to me and nobody else. Kind of like that type of energy. Almost feels like this is going to set the stage for a presidential run in the future. Not in the upcoming election, but maybe in the future. And we do have here, she runs, she will defeat. Almost feels like George Bush type energy. She will be like one of those candidates that will win back Virginia, Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, Florida, Georgia, and Arizona. But she won't win the Rust Belt, but she will win those. So if that was to happen, she'll be kind of like a George Bush type traditional Republican candidate. So I am seeing a presidential run for Cheney if she does do this committee, and it turns out very well. And also she'll be releasing information on this. So let's talk about the January 6th Commission as a whole, and let's see where that is heading. What do you guys think so far about the reading I just did? I want to give you guys a moment while I put these cards away. All right, so Spirit Angel, tell me, what do we need to know about the January 6th committee? Clear the deck, clear the deck, clear the deck, clear the deck, clear the deck. Okay, Spirit Angel, tell me, what do we need to know about the January 6th Commission? What do we need to know? Okay, what do we need to know? Okay, so Spirit Angel, tell me January 6th Commission outcome, January 6th Commission outcome, information that we need to know right now. I agree with you, Peggy. Okay, 2 cards came out for this one, and final outcome card. Okay. Okay, so this is the story of the January 6th Commission. Oh, okay, weird. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, Spirit Angel, tell me, how can I read that? Can you show me how to read that? All right, so tell me to breathe then. This reading's a little complicated, that's why I'm asking for help. All right, so we have the Page of Cups, right? We have the Democratic Party, this is Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the one who started the commission. I told you guys when we were doing the Senate reading whether or not they're going to pass it in the Senate. I just say it's going to happen somehow. It's just not in the Senate, and this is how they did it. So we have the Democrats here. They had this event that happened, but a lot of information has been hidden. You see here, there's no vote. They don't know where to start. There's so much time that has passed that they don't know where to start initially. However, there is going to be an information that's going to come out on the news media, or something going to be leaked to them. I don't know exactly what. but some sort of information is going to come to them, almost like they're manifesting it, and they're looking at it. They're like, okay, this is going to be our first lead. You see here a little bit of lead coming out of a nice stick. Kind of the same thing. They found their first lead. They're going to lead. It's going to slowly branch off. They got to figure out where they're going to start and then branch out from there. We have here is how does this involve the president, and did the president try to incite, for entertainment purposes only, the insurrection, right? So how does this work and how does it fit in? That's the story. That's what they're trying to figure out. Can they charge him? Can they make him testify? We have here as well, we have the Queen of Pentacles. How do we not see it coming? Or was this pre-planned? And I see Lauren Boebert as well in here. So it does tell me that maybe she might either be on the committee itself, or she might be testified or subpoenaed to testify in front of the Congress. We have here as well as we have the King of Swords. We do have here both underneath the Page of Pentacles, and it tells me that this is President Biden. And it told me it's the inauguration, so they might be finding out or releasing information that ties into the inauguration plan to assassinate President Biden on Inauguration Day. And why, and how did they prevent it, and how can they make sure that a domestic terrorist attack like this doesn't happen or ever occur again. We have here underneath this page of one is we have this multitude of information. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the Democratic Party, right? A lot of them are going to be doing interviews, trying to counteract everything that the Republicans been saying. They're going to be putting out information, giving us things, trying to lead us, trying to give us a little tips and clues what's happening. This also tells me as well that while the Democrats or people trying to release information on the January 6th Commission, it also tells me that the people on the Republican committee are going to try to spin it and try to make it seem like a partisan hack to try to discredit Trump. And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to spin it in a way that doesn't get them in trouble. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to make it feel as if the committee is not good and the committee is not something that should be trustworthy. Underneath the double cards, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit card reversed. And it tells me here that they're unsure, but they're working on a plan to figure out, did Donald Trump plan this? That's what they want to know. And it feels like right now, because the Hermit card is reversed, it tells me that it's unsure or they don't know. Maybe they need more information. They need a lead, a solid one, in fact, to subpoena the president, the former president. And we have here underneath the Queen of Pentacles, which kind of feels like Lauren Boebert, is we also have here the Ace of Pentacles. They're going to find information, enough information to subpoena the president. Now, I want to ask a separate question as well, but it's just interesting the fact that it came up again in the reading before I even ask the question. And then we have here is that the final outcome of the January 6th Commission is that they're going to make the determination and tell the public that Donald Trump did indeed try to seal the 2020 election using disinformation. So that is what I'm seeing. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, look! Look what just came up. Look. We have the High Priestess card here as well. This is Joe Biden. This is kind of like the Justice card for me as well. It does tell me that there's going to be the law that's going to be laid down. And then we have here the Strength and the Tower card, which I didn't realize that was on top of the High Priestess. So the Strength of the investigation. The strength of the investigation is going to give us enough information on what really happened on January 6th. So that is what I'm saying. I do feel like it's going to be a very good commission. It's going to work very well. When we come back, when we talk about what Donald Trump calls the testify, when we talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, Josh Hawley, and then Lauren Boebert, and then, of course, we'll jump on to the second part, which is going to be about the Supreme Court ruling and the Voting Rights Act and stuff like, etc. Which, if you're interested, I can just check the description below where I have them timestamped if you're watching this on replay. But anyway, I'm going to go on a nice ad break so I can drink some water and put some of these cards away for you. Have you ever wondered how you can submit a question or a video request? Well, I will show you in this commercial how you can do that. So you go to my channel. You click on any of my uploads or any recent videos that you may see, and you go to the description. As you can clearly see, I already clicked on a previous video. You scroll down. and you click right here where it says submit your question, topic, or video request here. You can also add in link and information that you would like to add in. You can ask at least 10, and you can keep resubmitting as many as you would like. You'll click that link and it will take you to my website. And this is what my website looks like. You can book a reading with me. You can find me email, other information along with my YouTube channel. You will click submit your video request here, and you will click on that. And it will take you to a Google form where you guys can fill out and be able to put all your questions here. So thank you all for coming, and I'll just turn you right back to your content right now. So if you know some of your comments while from the call right, you say here, okay, I don't believe Liz Cheney wants to be president. She wants to be Speaker of the House and revenge on McCarthy. It's okay, Kay. I agree with you. It could very well be a high position of leadership. That is definitely a possibility. We have here as well as I'm glad no one is trying to stop Oregons from voting by mail. We have to drop boxes to every library, and ballots are mailed to all registered voters. Even houseless people are encouraged to vote. Rhonda, I would definitely take a look at what is going on, because I can definitely say about 48 states right now currently have laws to suppress the vote. Your state might be one of them, so you might want to take a quick look at that as well. All right, so let's take a quick look. Let's take a look at now, will Donald Trump be called to testify in front of the Congress, which is ironic because he talked about Hillary Clinton testifying in Fort Benghazi. Okay, Spirits and Angels tell me, will Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, be called to testify against in front of the Congress, the House of Representatives, for his action that took place on January 6th and his involvement? Will Donald Trump be subpoenaed to speak in front of the House or Congress? Okay. Okay, 2 cards came out, and then final outcome card. Yes or no? Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm looking, I'm like wondering like what the hell is going on. Okay. Okay. Weird. Okay, so we have here as well, we have the 2 of Cups, and that's in reverse. I mean, the 5 of Cups in reverse. And that is talking about right now with Donald Trump be called to testify and subpoena against the United States in terms of Congress. Will he be called to talk in front of Congress? And so that card comes up, and it feels like he was in some way involved with what took place on January 6th. He didn't necessarily, he's going to say that he didn't know the plans, but it does feel like he had an idea what was going on, but it wasn't him directly. Now we have here as well as we had the High Priestess, and this is talking about the Justice card, right? You guys, if you're watching earlier, we had the Justice card. And so it tells me here that this is the Democrats here. It tells me that they're going to bring down justice, but this is a spiritual thing. Both between good and evil are coming together, kind of like the yin and yang, masculine and feminine merging. I don't know why that is here, but it does feel like something coming that we don't not aware of. This might take place during a full moon, I'm seeing, or new moon. We have here as well as Judgment, and this is reversed. And this is the card that came out originally when I asked will Donald Trump be called to subpoena for Congress. And this is the card here that comes on top. I don't see a yes for this. I don't see it. And here's why. We have here that they're going to want him to come. Right here's the Page of Pentacles. They have information. This information is strong and it's against the president, the former president. Right? However, this thing is so strong, it has the strength, it has the back end. However, he's going to try to escape. He's going to try to escape because he knows that if he goes, he's going to be backstabbed and he's going to be put in jail. And so he's going to do what he does, and he's going to take his knowledge and his presidency. Now, I'm not sure if this is suicide. Knock on wood. I did say a few times that Donald Trump has many ways to go, and one of them is the potential suicide. Right? He's going to take his life. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but it's one possibility out of many. We have here as well the Knight of Cups. He's going to try to escape. This does feel like he's going to pass on information to another individual to make sure that if he goes, they can find that information and prosecute somebody else. We have here as well, we have the Two of Swords, and that's in reverse. He's reversed. It told me he already made a choice. It almost feels like he made a plan, an escape plan. We have here the Hanged Man. He does not want to be hanged. He does not want to be put in front of the entire public in America and be shown, almost like he's afraid of the Nuremberg trial, what took place with the Nazis. We have here as well as we have the Seven of Cups. And it told me he's afraid of the media. He's afraid of the media making fun of him. That's what he is. It's ego. His ego is scared. We have here as well as we have him trying to escape, but he may not have money. They may try to cut off his money. The question is, will he escape before his money cut off? And if so, he may not be able to leave the States. We do have here as well as we do have the Devil card, which is Donald Trump, right? The Devil coming in. And then we have here him trying to say that I got away with it. Like, this could be that potentially he's going to try to escape, but they're going to grab him. Because I did say he's going to try to either escape to Israel or Russia. And they're going to try to get him. They're going to try to get him. But Russia's not going to let him in because Russia's going to, hold him as a bargaining chip or bargaining with the United States. And however, it does feel like he may be put in the middle of Congress and that these are all these House representatives and he's refusing to speak. Right? He's going to plead the fifth. And I did say he's going to plead the fifth. Can you please give me an outcome? Will Donald Trump be testified? Will Donald Trump be physically in the House of Representatives? One card. Yes or no? Okay. King of Cups. This is Biden. This is Biden. Democratic House. I don't really know if that's a yes. We have here, it really depends. It really depends. This is Nancy Pelosi's reverse, which tells me this is going to be, if this were to take place, Nancy Pelosi wouldn't be in office or someone else would take her position. And we have here as well as we have the Wheel of Fortune, just a matter of time. I really don't see a yes or no for Trump. I don't really see a yes or no. I don't know what I'm getting from this, but that is what I'm seeing. That's what my intuition is telling me. So I really don't know what is really going to happen. It feels like it's just all like up in the air, basically. All right. Well, that was the last show. I have a lot of cards here. I'm going to need some time to shuffle. So I'm going to give you guys another ad so that I can shuffle, put these cards away. And we're talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Josh Hawley. Hello, everyone. As you see on the screen right now, we have 34% of YouTube recommending our content. The best way for us to raise this number or bar higher is by subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and liking this video and sharing it with other people. And don't also forget to comment in the section below what you think of the video and its content. It will be extremely helpful for us getting other people to know all about our channel, what we do here. If you do love the channel, definitely try to help out as much as you could. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the content. Bye. Okay, maybe that wasn't fast enough, but anyway. So let's talk while you guys are waiting for me to shuffle. This is an intuition chest. Use your intuition to find out what is inside the chest, and I will give you some angel numbers while we wait. I'll give you a moment. I shuffled these cards pre-hand, so. Hi, Patricia. What's up, love? What do you guys think of the reading so far? Okay, so I'll give you a moment. What is inside the chest? I'll give you a moment. While you're waiting for that, I'm going to at the cards for Marjorie Taylor Greene and Josh Hawley and why they both came up. So Spirits and Angels, tell me what do we need to know about Marjorie Taylor Greene and why they coming up for the January 6th Commission? What role do they play? Outcome? Thank you. Ooh. All right. So what do we need to know about Josh Hawley and why he coming up for the January 6th Commission? What do we need to know? Okay. Again, cross. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, why is he keep coming up for January 6th, Spirits and Angel? Okay, weird. And final outcome card? Alright, they both got bad cards. Alright. I'm glad you're enjoying it and you find it very informative. So we have here in the chat, we have one crystal. So you got one crystal, you are correct. If you got black, shiny, glossy, metallic, you are correct. Now, I don't know what crystal this is. I kind of forgot, but if you know what this is, let me know. It's funny, you got an egg in the chat. It kind of does look like an egg, but not 100%. Okay, so let's take a look. I think it starts with an M. I think it's Hembacite. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see what Marjorie Taylor Greene. So we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is very interesting because it's crossed here. This crosses the card of the Eight of Wands, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. And what this tells me is that she's walking away and she's scared. She's scared of what could be the scandals, right? And so I do feel like in the end she will be put on the committee because she's going to say outrageous claims and outrageous things. And that is what they want. Thank you. Thank you, JOG. That's the name of the crystal. We have here as well as we have the Justice card in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords and the Hierophant. What this feels like is this is the Republican Party, right? This is the Republican Party, not in reverse. And what that tells me is that she is going to be put on a committee. She might be put on a committee. I really do feel like Kevin McCarthy is either going to put her on a committee or he is going to give her or campaign for her to become the next Speaker of the House. I do feel like there could be a race between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Liz Cheney for the Speaker of the House. That could be a possibility. We do have here as well as in the middle, we have the Ace of Swords, and this is significant because it does feel like she's going to try to sabotage the committee in every single way. They're going to try. She's going to be one of those people who you cannot trust who's on a committee. Right. We also have here as well as she is in the Hierophant, what tells me she's going to be in a high governmental position. Potentially, she might announce her candidacy to run against Raphael Warnock in in the Senate, in Georgia Senate race, or even become the governor. She might even run for governor in Georgia, which God forbid, that was a horrible thing. I mean, Stacey Abrams should definitely run against it because she will win in a heartbeat. Anyway, so we have the High Priestess card for Josh Hawley. And I want to know why their role is very significant. For Liz Cheney, for Marjorie Taylor Greene, her role is that she might be put on a committee. For Josh Hawley, we have the High Priestess card, which is challenged by the Three of Swords, right? The Three of Swords that challenges the High Priestess, the darkness, the heaviness, the ability to want to do good, but to never to achieve it. He is one of those broken little boys who always wanted to impress daddy, but can never make dad happy. And that is the type of energy that Josh Hawley has. We have here underneath the Justice card of GOPs, we have here his inability to show that he is stronger than what other peers put him out to be. He's a very weakling. He's a very weak individual. He's so scared of what could possibly be that he is so scared of what can be. We have here as well, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have here the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's the 10 of Swords, right? Underneath the Ace of Swords, and it's funny that these two swords, it tells me that his mental capacity is almost done. Like he's done. He feels very tired all the time. He feels like he can't move forward. And I do feel like in the next election, whenever he's up for re-election, he's going to lose that election. He almost feels like his Senate race is set in stone. We have here as well, it's if you should have found outcome card, is death, and that is reversed. There will be a change in leadership because he refused to change, to do the right thing, and hold other people accountable. I do feel like in some way, because of the January 6th committee, they're going to find information that links to him that can be very detrimental to his re-election campaign. So that is what I'm seeing for Josh Hawley. Now, Pelosi can refuse appointments to committee, right? I hope that Jim Jordan won't be on. He's a waste of time. I think anybody who is not a House of Representatives, I don't think they can be on a committee, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't hold me accountable to that. I don't really know the rules of it. But I think she has the ability to refuse it, but I think they can override it as well. The Republican Party has to vote on them, not the Democrat. Nancy Pelosi can refuse it, I believe, but she might not have as much power over it. All right, so let's take a look at the Supreme Court. Now we're going to jump on to the Voting Rights Act and everything we need to know there. So, Spirit and Angel, tell me, what do we need to know about the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the Arizona audits? And I will take a look at the DOJ in Georgia as well. Let me put that in. Okay, so we have a lot to go through today. All right, so we have the chariot, and that is the reverse. And what this tells me is that there's going to be a lot that we don't know that come in. Right? It feels like they didn't do the right thing, and I know that. Because we have here, this is the Voting Rights Act of 1964 in reverse. Ooh, it's reverse. And so the reason why this is so significant is because it tells me here is that they killed a bill that was designed to help people vote. Right? We have here in the future, though, that there's some trouble brewing within the Supreme Court. Can you please give us more information? What is the trouble that is brewing? What is the trouble that's brewing in the Supreme Court? Okay. I know the trouble. The trouble that's brewing in the Supreme Court right now is that there's going to be a balance. There's going to be a shake-up in the Supreme Court. Somebody's going to be appointed to a new seat, a Republican seat. We have here is that now new information is going to come out. I think it's going to be about Kavanaugh and his involvement with the sexual allegation. They may actually remove him, or they might try to do with Clarence Thompson, one of those. We do have here, as well as we do have the Ada story. And what it tells me is that there's going to be a lot of information, a lot of media coverage about this particular event. And that by the time the Supreme Court is renewed, the Republicans will be down at 4, and the Democrats will be at 5. I do think one seat is going to make the difference, and they're going to come up with the Voting Rights Act. They're going to repeal what they just put in place. So it does feel as if in some way there's going to be 5 Democrats, which means 2 seats must be flipped, because right now the Democrats are at 3, and the Republicans are at 6. So in order to have balance, there must be 4, and then, there might be actually 3 in total. But we'll find out. We'll see. We will see. But it does feel like there's going to be a change in the Supreme Court. I'll do a court update in probably next week. All right, so let's talk about the voting rights future. Let's see. And then will the voting rights get federal protection? Let's talk about the federal protection first. All right, so Spirit Financial, tell me, will voting rights as a whole get quote-unquote federal protection? Yes or no? Will they get federal protection, Spirit Financial, tell me? Any card flip? No. Will voting rights get federal protection under the law? No. We have here as well as we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This would a potential opportunity for the Supreme Court to protect and uphold the Voting Rights Act of 1964. It refused to do just that. We have here in the middle, we have the 7 of Cups, and this is significant because it tells me here that 7 are going to vote in favor. Excuse me. It feels like they're going to try, but they're not going to be able to do it because of the laws that limit and do the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court might challenge any effort by the Biden administration to put forth a protection program to protect the Voting Rights Act. We have here, as well as we have on the right here, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, fighting. This is in the future. We have here the Ace of Wands in the future. I do feel like they might try to, I feel like people will stop fighting for the right for some reason. We have the Emperor's card in reverse. Then we have death. If something bad happened, I feel like people will somehow stop fighting for the right to vote. Something changes. I don't know what that means. If you know what that is, let me know. We'll do an update again in the future. Let's take a look at the voting rights future. Maybe that might give us a little bit more information. What do we need to know about the voting rights future? Okay. Give me information. Thank you. Fuchsia. Okay, one more card clarifier. Thank you. Okay. All right, so the voting rights act fusion. We have the 10 of swords, right? Voter suppression, Jim Crow law, segregation, the Voting Rights Act of 1964. A lot of that has been happening. We have here, this is in the past, let's talk about 1960. We have the Queen of Swords. And this is very significant because this is the idea, this is the card that resembled Kamala Harris, but this is also the card that marched the energy of JFK and the 1964 Voting Rights Act. This is the energy here. And we have here is in the center. It's in the center of the reading, which tells me that this is the way to go, this is the future, right? And you kind of see here, if you look down, we have the Queen of Swords looking at the Queen of Wands in the reverse, but they're looking at each other. And what this tells me that this is kind of like a 69. And I'm not saying in a discussion way, it looks as if it's a yin and yang, the masculine and feminine, but it's both feminine, right? And that's why it is so detrimental, so important to make sure that people can vote, because it embodies the balance within democracy, the yin and yang, the good and evil, right? Being able to vote for good people and being able to vote for bad people. A choice, rather. And we have here the government. And we're talking about the federal protection and the future of the government. What is the future, Spirit Angels tell me? Okay. We have here within the next election, if it does not get decided by this current administration, Biden's administration, when it comes to the next election, the next White House, we might not have another Democrat. Yeah, and we might actually have another Trump-like candidate. So this is very important to make sure you call your senator, call your representative, call your people, or tell them to make sure this thing gets voted in, because I don't see a potential outcome for the Democrats to win. Because if so, the Democrats will have to play dirty, by all means necessary. All right, so let's talk about the DOJ in Georgia. But before we do, I'm going to go to nice ad break, and then we're going to come back and give you some angel numbers. And then we'll talk about the DOJ in Georgia, and I'll cover any last minute questions, and then we'll end the video here. Have you ever wondered how you can get access or find my social media, my webpage, anything from my Patreon page to my classes, to book a reading with me, whatever you want, and anything that you could possibly think of, including submitting questions? You would go onto my YouTube page, click on the most uploaded or most recent video. You'll click on any of these or the ones that are uploaded as most recent. You will go there. You will go to the description, as in this case. And you can either click on submit your question, video topic, or request here. You can find it there. Or you can go check out my website, and you can click on this, which is Linktree at Chris. You click on that, and it will take you to my webpage, where you can find numerous different links, or it could take you to many different things along with my classes that will be uploaded here as well on my Patreon page. You can book a reading with me. You can submit your question. You can find the most uploaded video. You can go on to my 2 other YouTube channels. You can make a generous donation if you would like, along with joining my Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter as well, of course, if you are interested. So this is how you can find my webpage. If you are interested, let me know in the comment section below what you do think. And I'll return you back to your content. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, so let's do your little angel numbers. I realized that I misspoke and I said the 1964 Voting Rights Act. I'm going to actually act again about the John Lewis Act of 2021 and HR 1 as well, just to kind of see if maybe the Voting Rights Act of 1964 might be over, but the 2021 might be different. So we'll take a look at that as well. But let's first do your angel numbers. Spirit Angels, tell me what numbers do you have, angel numbers do you have for my viewers today? Oh, same numbers. 5. So 555, 5555, 5555. Let's see, anything else? Okay, so 999 could be 636, 36, could be 63, 63. So those are your angel numbers. All right, so let's take a nice look at the voting rights, the John Lewis Act. Let's take a look at the John Lewis Act. Spears and Answer, tell me about the John Lewis Act, the Voting Rights Act of 2021. What do we need to know about that? The future, will it be enacted? I did see a yes for it, and many times when I was doing it when Donald Trump was still president. I did get a yes, so let's see. Final outcome card? Yes or no? Okay, yes or no? Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. So we have here, it's going to be a very hard time for us as a collective to be able to get this bill passed, right? It's going to be very hard for a lot of us as a society to be able to get the John Lewis Act bill passed. Challenged by the decision, a very close House and a very close Senate, right? That's what doomed this bill in the first place. We have here in the middle, we have here as well as we have the Patriot Cup with Democrats. The Democrats want this. They're trying to get it, but the challenge is the Republican Party unwillingness to do the right thing by people. To do the right thing by their own voters as well. The unwillingness to advocate and be able to campaign for different voters. We have here the futures. We have here the future of the John Lewis Act is going to be tied up. I do feel like it's going to be tied. And then we have the future that a lot of people are going to be so upset that no matter what the Democrats did to try to get the bipartisan support of the GOP, that it's not going to turn out well in the end. And that's seen with that year, we end up getting it. The page of tentacles, like something happened, they find a loophole. Let me see, will we have this bill enacted in 2022? Let's take a look before the midterm. So Spirits and Angels, tell me, will this John Lewis Act of 2021, the Voting Rights Act, will it be enacted in 2022 before the midterm? Okay, there's a lot of cards, so we're going to take that at face value. We have here, it's going to be quite a struggle. It's going to be very hard for them to push through. They may actually try to get rid of the filibuster. They get rid of both Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin, or they either get them on board, that they force them to get on board. We have here as well as we have the future, and that is reverse. And what it tells me, this is the future. This is talking about the future here. We have here the Knight of Wands, not wanting to be associated with the Republican voters or not wanting to be associated with those radical Trumpers. I do feel like with the commission, it's going to change the mind of many people. Right? And then we have here crossed by the star, which is democracy. And so this is very interesting because we talk about the John Lewis Act and will it be passed? I do see here that the Queen of Swords here, and this is ultimately a yes. The Queen of Swords. A lot of you guys know this is the card that I told you about Martin Luther King and the John Lewis Act, the Voting Rights Act resembling in this card, and it does feel like the fact that this card came up at the final outcome card tells me enough information I need to know that this is going to happen eventually. Somehow, I don't know, kind of the same way with this commission, it's gonna happen. But how it happens, I don't know. Maybe we're not supposed to tell you because maybe the Democrats aren't supposed to have that rule taken away from them before they can even consider it. By me and other tarot readers exposing this, we could potentially be putting ourselves in danger just for the desire of information. Okay, so let's take a look at the DOJ in Georgia, but let me just take a quick look as well as, let's take a nice look at the DOJ in Georgia. Okay, so Spirit Angel, tell me about the DOJ in Georgia. Okay. Tell me about the DOJ in Georgia, Spirit Angel, tell me. How is the DOJ, the DOJ in the White House, Merrick Garland, going to act towards Georgia? What is it going to be like? Okay. Hold quick. Anything else? Okay. Final outcome card. Will Merrick Garland be successful? Okay. No. Okay. No, he won't be successful. We have the Queen of Cups. Is it kind of telling me here that Georgia voted blue, but it feels like the Republicans are trying to stop that trend from continuing by disenfranchising voters, by posting them, limiting them to have the right to have food and water at the polling stations and voting line, and limiting how long they can vote, as long as banning voting on Sundays. We have here as well is we have the Queen of Wands, and this is the reverse. And what this tells me is that um what's going on right now that we don't realize is that this is a spiritual change. There's a spiritual change in Georgia. And here it is. The challenge to this is the government intervention in fighting voter suppression and Jim Crow law. This had never happened in the U.S. So it is going to feel like a trial and error. Unfortunately, Merrick Garland is not going to be successful because the Voting Rights Act of 1964 is reversed. However, the Republicans will end up giving up, and so will the DOJ. And so it kind of feels like Georgia is kind of like in this state of like stuck. Like it's stuck. It's not moving forward. It's not moving back. It kind of feels like it can't move forward or anything. However, it does have the strength for the Democrats to win. They're just going to have to try really hard to make sure that it happens. Because if they cannot get people out to vote in Georgia, it's basically over for the Democrats in Georgia, which basically means Raphael Warnock would be removed from office simply on the basis of his own color and the people getting mad at, trying to disfranchise people for the fact that they voted for Biden and not Trump. So that is what I'm saying for today. I don't have any more readings. I don't see any questions for you guys, so I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you all of you guys for coming. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all 80 of you for coming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I love you. Oh, and by the way, we might be going live with Marie's Table tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. I'll keep you guys updated. But other than that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.